clouds go light, echo birds take flight. Lele, sky wide, no shoes, just tide. Aloha, breathing deep, Kai sings me to sleep. Lele, dream. Me to sleep. Lele, dream keep stars have secrets seep. Palming green spell, shadows move, can't tell. Lele, shell bell, blue eye.
Así, espérate. Dales tiempo porque van a bajar despacito. Con tu cámara, con tu foto. Buddy. Estamos. Así, espérate, no, don't run, don't rush. Let them go. ¿Quién es social? Pa. Haz aquí la seña de Hawái, ¿cómo se dice? Eso. Aloha Spirit. No rush. Despacito. Eso. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Despacio siempre. Ponlo así, hacia allá. Así, para detenerte. No quiero salir en la cámara que te caíste. Ahí está. Ajá. Tu mamá se perdió de esa vista tan más hermosa. ¿Verdad? I quiero carry gordo en mi espalda.
No, that's too risky.
No, I can't. Dude, this is made of rocks. Bueno. Espérate. No te voy a tomar una foto aquí. A ver si no me paso todo mi mouse aquí en la bajada, porque no traigo zapatos para esto. Jessica se tuvo que quedar en el carro con el gordo, pero se perdió de la pista más bonita que hemos tenido hoy en Hawái. Y la agüita sí que nos refrescó. El ociel me dejó aquí, pero bueno, así hacen.
This is known as the hollow fruit. Now, the hollow fruit back in ancient Hawaii was known as a fruit of famine. You didn't want to eat it unless you absolutely had to, as it's incredibly bitter. It tastes almost like a bar of soap, right? And not very yummy. I know, I've actually tried some. Trust me, you don't want to do it unless you're trying to win a bet or something, right? You should never try it. All right. But along with that, the palm fronds from those trees were actually very important back in the day. It was one of their main weaving materials. They would weave anything from fish nets to baskets, the roofs over their hulles or their houses, even the sails on their ships. Right? They would just weave. And when they're wet, those palm fronds are very easy to weave. Then when they dry out, they actually grow in strength. They grow about 2 to 3 times in strength. So it's a very interesting, very useful plant out here, especially back in ancient Hawaii. Now with that, we're going to be seeing off here to our right hand guard post to the drug lord's manor or mansion. This is where in the film, after stealing $75 million, they bust through these gates, eventually get into a helicopter and getting away from this big drug lord. Now, a little behind the scenes when it comes to movie sets just in general here at Kualoa Ranch, and just in Hollywood in general, they like to make things as quick and as easy to work with as possible, right? And instead of laying out this, extensive rock brick wall and this brick building, they decided to do it the quick and fast way, right? By carving out these little grooves out of these styrofoam blocks. They could then frame the interior of these styrofoam blocks with 2x4s, 4x4s, and some rebar, right? Then they can throw a little paint texture, and that's how they made these brick walls. It's pretty wild to see. Along with this fence, right, it looked from a distance like it was made out of metal, but if you take a close look, it is all wood, guys. The only metal that's really used in this entire area is the wire fences off to the right and left, and then the barbed wire on top, along with kind of the nuts and bolts that hold everything together. Now, if you don't believe me that this rock wall was made out of styrofoam, you'll look behind us to our left-hand side, and you'll see this little chunk that has been broken off. Here at the ranch, we are a cattle ranch. One of our cows, ran into our wall, breaking this little bit off. But you can see the interior, how it's completely fake, right? There's no bricks whatsoever. Now with that, guys, we do use a very, very special type of wood when it comes to constructions like this. Do you guys know the type of wood we use? I'll tell you. We use Hollywood.
Wake up, wake up.
Now, as we continue on our way, we're going to be seeing one of our most filmed movie site locations. Alright, difference between a movie set, we just saw for here, and a movie site, that we're about to see, is a movie site where they're just done filming. Right? They didn't have to build any structure, they didn't have to bring a plot in, right? They just do the filming. Usually it's something like a chase scene in the jungle, or some type of dialogue scene between characters. And this little clearing off here to our left is used in a lot of different productions. It's actually one of, if not the most filmed site that we have here at the ranch. It's been used in a lot of different productions, including TV shows, movies, things like NCIS Hawaii, Hawaii 5-0, Lost, Jurassic World, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, and many, many more, including a whole lot of car commercials. Car commercials like to drive through this little valley up here to the left. This clearing, going through some of our streams and rivers, or not rivers, some of our streams, right, trying to prove we're the ultimate all-terrain vehicle. Right? Now with that, you'll see up here to our right, our next movie set location. This is one of my personal favorites we have here at the ranch, Kong's School Island. This is known as the helicopter scene. Right at the very beginning of the film, Kong has smacked this helicopter out of the air when they initially arrived to Skull Island. We then later returned to this helicopter with Samuel L. Jackson and his group of soldiers to retrieve the dynamite that's stored inside. Now, fun little fact, guys, this helicopter is mostly a real helicopter. The back half was actually all fabricated. The reason why they didn't just use the full helicopter was because the real helicopter was a little too big, right? They wanted to make it seem and fit in their shot a little bit better, and so they basically cut off the back half and fabricated it using things like plastic and fiberglass with then some paint texture, right, to kind of mimic that metal look. Now with that, hold on tight, guys, if you don't mind. As we continue on our way, we're going to be seeing the largest movie set that we have on the entire property. This is from a giant world-renowned movie known as Jurassic World, guys. One of the largest done here at the ranch. We're going to be seeing what's known as the Indominus Rex paddock, or the Indominus Rex enclosure. This is where in Jurassic World, they've created this new apex dinosaur, the Indominus Rex, by gene splicing a bunch of DNA together of different creatures around the world. Now you see this Indominus was a little too smart, a little too strong, and a little too fast for the employees of Jurassic World, so they built this entire enclosure to try and closely track and monitor it. But you see, the Indominus was too smart for the employees, and so it realizes it has a tracker inside of it, tears out its tracker, then using its ability to hide its heat signature and camouflage itself, right? It hides in the enclosure after making these big scratch marks or gouge marks on the wall, making it seem as if it climbed over and escaped. And so you'll see off here to the right the entire enclosure, where we then see Chris Pratt enter the enclosure, trying to closely see what happened or how the Indominus escapes. We then see the Indominus bust through the gates, causing havoc throughout all of Jurassic World. And so, without further ado, everyone, welcome to Jurassic World.
Christian.
Just kidding, guys. Now, this is very similar to the Frontier, right? Those outer walls that look like they're made out of concrete are not concrete at all. It's actually all styrofoam with a little bit of paint and texture on them, right? The interior of those walls are framed with 2x4s and 4x4s. The steel metal beams you see are real, and they are basically the backbone behind the entire structure. It's what's kept it up for over a decade, as the original construction for this area was done back in 2013. Now with that, guys, sadly we don't get to go in the enclosure today, but if you ever come back to the ranch, you can take our Jurassic Adventure Tour, where this is one of their mandatory stops, so they get to go inside and explore, take some fun photos. The rest we just get to see it from an outer perspective. So I'm going to pause right here, so there's a little spot. If you want to take any photos real quick. But with that, after our Indominus Rex paddock, we're going to be re-entering that two-way road area. So we do need to hop off the mic to make some radio calls and whatnot, alright? But then from there, we're going to start making our way back to the ranch. And I'm going to tell you guys a little lodo or legend once I hop back on the mic. Okay, so in the meantime, just kind of kick back, relax, enjoy the ride, and I'll be back momentarily.
Ahorita vamos a ir, ahorita.
Iaka and this ancient boho that she actually cuts off the tip of the tail and leaves it behind in the Kaneohe Bay. Now, many of you may know this little island out here. It does have a couple of common nicknames. Most common probably Chinaman's hat, right? But its official name is Moko Li'i Island. Now, Moko Li'i translates to the giant lizard's tail, or the lizard's tail, right? Getting its name from this ancient lodo, as it's believed to be the tip of the tail left behind from this ancient fight. And it's also where we get the name of Kualoa. So I have to tell the story. As Kualoa means the long back, or the long spine. Again, referencing our mountain and how it's believed to be the carcass of this ancient bull. So now, guys, every time you're passing us by on a beautiful Kamehameha highway, you can now look up, see the eye, the head, the snout, and the long. If you guys enjoyed the tour today, my name was Matt. I did not enjoy the tour. We appreciate all criticisms, but my name was Jacob, okay? Just kidding, guys. But with that, thank you all so much for joining with us today. A common question we do get out here at Kualoa Ranch is if we accept tip or gratuity.